Ah? It's such a hot day. This is a perfect time to sunbathe, right? Oh, suddenly I have a great idea for the next video. Ah, what a coincidence you also came. Hey, what's up guys, it's Dragon Dude, and today's video, I will dive into the world of chicken gun maps.
I am under the water.
Get ready because I'm about to rank and create a tier list for all the maps, so let's kick things off. Alright, take a look at all these maps, and we've got a tier list going from S for the top rank down to D representing the last rank. Quick note, though, if I toss some maps into the D category, it doesn't mean they're bad. It's just my personal opinion that they might not be as stellar as the others. And hey, it's all in good fun, so no need to get offended. Lol. Alright, let's get into it.
Helicopter!
Alright, so we're diving into the first map, and it's the house map. It's basically a giant home, or maybe our player is just tiny lol. Everything in this house is massive, the TV, the bed, the chairs, the tables. While the map is objectively good, it doesn't quite appeal to me personally. So, I'm going to place it in the C tier. Let's see how the other maps stack up. Moving on to the next map, we have Atomic Ruins. Now, this map isn't very detailed, it seems like the same building asset is used repeatedly. However, it does attempt to convey a post-apocalyptic vibe. Considering the effort but also recognizing the lack of detail, I'm placing it in the C tier as well. Alright, onto Office 2. It's a solid map featuring some Easter eggs, and in the category of indoor maps, it holds up pretty well. I'd say it deserves a spot in the C tier. The indoor setting seems to work. Next up, we've got Town 3. Honestly guys, I'm a bit puzzled about this map. I can't quite figure out the region it's trying to represent. It feels like a less impressive version of Town. I'm leaning towards giving it a D, definitely not one of my favorites. Race 01. This one seems to be everyone's favorite chicken gun map, including me. It's simple, fun, and one of the best maps for team fights, duels, and PvP. Plus, there's plenty of open space to drive around and have a lot of fun. I'd say this map deserves a top spot, maybe an S for sure. It's definitely a go-to map for many players. Moving on to Racetrack 3. Honestly, this map doesn't really give me a good vibe for some reason. It's not even available for real racing, and the grass on this map feels very dry and dead. I'm leaning towards giving it a D tier. It just doesn't quite hit the mark for me. Next up is the bank map. I don't have a strong opinion about it, so I'm putting it in the D tier. It doesn't really stand out for me. Now, we're on to RVP Track 1. This is a pretty good map, especially if you're into racing and grinding coins. It gives off some good vibes. Although the map is relatively small, it does the job well. Personally, I love racing on this map, and I think it deserves a solid spot, but for short length, not S or A, I think it goes to the B tier. Alright, let's check out Town 4. It's a pretty decent map, but it falls short in terms of good detailing. The map feels a bit empty, and it doesn't match up in quality compared to Town 3. Plus, it carries that same dry dead grass.
What kind of place is this?
The lighthouse is the only thing that really stands out as looking good. I'd place this map in the C tier, decent but not exceptional. Let's see what the next map brings. Now, let's talk about Racetrack 1. Honestly, this map isn't very popular and doesn't have much to offer. Even if it's usable for racing mode in the future, I don't think it's good enough. I'd rate it a D. If it had more buildings and interesting features, it might have a shot at a better rank, but for now, it falls into the lower tier.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Grid Race. This is a pretty cool map, and I really love the vibe it gives off. It's like a throwback to the 80s lol. When it comes to racing, the map is solid and not annoying. I'd give it a B. It has a good mix of style and functionality. Let's take a look at Town. I don't have strong opinions on this map either. It feels pretty dead to me, and I really dislike the dark vibe it gives off. It's not much fun to play here. I'm giving it a D tier. It just doesn't bring the excitement to play. Next on the list is Egypt. I really love this map. The pyramid, the pond, and the small market all add to its charm. It could easily go into the S tier, but there are a few drawbacks. The map is very bright, almost like someone turned the brightness all the way up to the max during development. Lol. Just kidding, but yeah, it could have been a bit more detailed to deserve an S. For now, I'm giving it a B. It's a great map with some room for improvement. Now, we're checking out the prison map. It's good enough and fairly detailed, but personally, I don't like it as much. It falls into the C tier for me. And finally, we've got the island map. This is one of my favorites, pretty good with a day-night cycle, a wrecked ship, and some other nice details. I really like the vibe of this map, so I'm placing it into the B tier. Now, on to Shallow House. It's pretty good, especially if you're into spooky scary maps. However, as I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of dark maps. But still, I'll give it a B tier for some good details, like the abandoned version of Shallow House with a stepfather base, the Huggy Wuggy maze, and some neat Easter eggs. It seems to have a lot of interesting elements. Space 2 map. It's good enough, but it doesn't quite reach the level of being super cool. I'd say it falls into the C tier. It doesn't stand out as much compared to some of the other maps we've explored. Moving on to RVP Track 2. I really like this map, especially for racing with that desert theme, which is something I really love. However, I do think it could have had a bit more detailing. Taking everything into account, I'll place it in the B tier. It's solid but has room for a little more finesse. Alright, RVP Track 3.
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Guys, if you've seen any of my coins grinding videos, and you'll know why I hate this map. It's like a nightmare for me. I really dislike this map. If you're an old viewer, you'll understand why. It's not getting any love from me, and I'm placing it in the D tier. Now, Warehouse. It's a pretty small map but surprisingly well detailed. However, it doesn't appeal to me much, and once again, that dark vibe is still in there. I'm placing it in the C tier. It's decently detailed but doesn't quite hit the mark for my preferences. By the way guys, these videos really take so much efforts to make, so if you are enjoying, please consider subscribing and liking the video. If we get 10k likes on this video, I will make a chicken gun weapon tier list video next. Anyways, let's continue. Taunf? No surprises here, it's going straight to the S tier. Undoubtedly one of the best chicken gun maps, with excellent details and a fantastic vibe. I've spent the majority of my time playing chicken gun on this map, probably 60 to 70%. It's also my favorite map in the funny moments videos. I'm pretty sure every chicken gun player loves this one. Also comment below which one is your top chicken gun map if you had to choose only one. Now on to Big House. This is an awesome map with great details, and it definitely holds some dark secrets within it. The effects are well done and give off some seriously scary vibes. It's getting an A from me. Seems like it's a map with a lot of depth. Taking a look at Desert Town 2. This is a well-detailed map, and it's specifically designed for the plant bomb game mode in Chicken Gun. Given its specialization and details, I'm placing it in the C tier. It serves its purpose but may not be as versatile for other game modes. And now, Big Farm. Say no more. This map is going straight to the top. It's easily one of the best chicken gun maps, massive, filled with details, and sometimes even causing my FPS to drop because of its sheer scale. This map is insanely huge, not just a plain surface like some other big chicken gun maps. It's very unique and, overall, a top tier map. Now, let's talk about RVP Track 4. It's a fun map, but it's on the smaller side for free mode or sandbox. Racing on it can be a bit annoying because Chicken Gun lacks air vehicle controls, and we often end up falling off the ramp. It would be even more enjoyable if we didn't fall during races. Nonetheless, it's a pretty fun map, earning itself a spot in the C tier. Now on to Farm 2. This is a really good map, giving off a cozy feeling. Essentially a smaller version of Big Farm after the update, but I still love it. The attention to detail is impressive, and for that, it's going straight to the A tier. It's got that perfect mix of charm and size. The only strange thing is, why Chalarops messed up with the textures of some structures in this map. They look like they were burned. It has got some dark lore, I guess. Now, let's discuss Classroom. This map is pretty meh for me. The lighting isn't great, and it's a classroom, which isn't the most exciting setting. Who even likes a classroom, right? I'm putting it in the last rank. It just doesn't bring the appeal compared to other maps. Very similar to Desert Town 2 in second map for playing the plant bomb mode in Chicken Gun. Really not much to say about it, I am gonna put it in the C tier. This is one of the scariest maps in Chicken Gun. I would really hate to play here at night alone. But it has got some great details and is pretty big. I am gonna put it in B tier. And it surely does hold some dark secrets in it. Dungeons. I can confidently say this is one of the worst maps. I'm not a fan of the vibe it gives off, and there's just too much torturous stuff here. Not great if you're looking for good vibes. Additionally, being an indoor map doesn't help. In my opinion, it's a solid D tier. Let me know your thoughts. Now, moving on to Military Base 2. I really like this map a lot. It stands out as one of the best maps in Chicken Gun. The details are great, although I think it could have been a bit better. So, for now, I'm giving it the second rank, placing it in the A tier. It's a solid map with room for a bit of improvement. Now, we're looking at Space Race. It's a good map, but I can't quite decide where to place it. Let's go with C tier. It seems like a normal racing map with a space theme, not standing out too much but still offering some fun. Lava map. It falls into the pretty average category for me, good enough to land it in the C tier. It's on the smaller side and doesn't have the most appealing visuals. Now, on to Shallow House. Sorry if I'm a bit biased, but I feel a strong connection with Shallow House, much like with Townf. They are both amazing maps. I can't help but put it in the S tier, but still it's a small map compared to other S tier, so I am gonna put it on the second rank. A tier. The map is well detailed and has visually appealing elements. It's got that special something that makes it stand out. It's all empty and lonely here lol, but C tier. Well, a good sandbox map with day and night cycle, cool chill vibes, C tier. Now, we're looking at Empty 2 Grass. Bruh, this feels like the downgraded version of Grass Day Night. It's a good map, and I like it, but sorry, I have to put it in the D tier. Magic Forest. Dang, I don't know what to say, but I love this map. It's simply gorgeous, big enough, and has the best soothing chill vibe out of all the maps we've seen. The fact that it has 3 types of skies adds a nice touch. It's undoubtedly an S tier for me. It brings a unique and enchanting atmosphere. Now, we're taking a look at Shallow House Snow. Not much to say here, it's the snowy version of Shallow House. Should it be A tier or B tier? Let's go with B tier. I think it could have been a bit better, and it doesn't quite match the charm of the original Shallow House. Let's continue with the rankings. Forts? It's a favorite map for many Chicken Gun players, but sorry, it's just not my style for free mode. However, considering its purpose for capture flag mode and duels, I'll put it in the C tier. I acknowledge that for most players, it's probably an A or B tier. Preferences vary, and that's what makes these rankings interesting. Now, we're dealing with Proto 07. Guys, I don't like it, lol. It's bad even for PvP, with players often camping at your spawn point and spamming kills. Solidly a D tier for me. Next up is Race 2. This map is pretty empty, but it does have some fun elements. The tall mountains are perfect for doing stunts in Chicken Gun. I'd say it's a C tier. It offers a bit of enjoyment, especially if you're into stunts. Let me know where you would put it. Well, that's all for today's video. This took a while to make, so please consider dropping a like. If you want part 2 of tier list series, get 10k likes on this video as soon as possible, and yeah, also subscribe. Bye bye.